Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Gentlemen's Panel here at Cap Hill. I am Captivating Christian, and let's start it off with, of course, the executive producer of this panel of gentlemen. Introduce yourself, Mr.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Jay Wilson. I want to give a shout out to the Ride of Lives and all the other supporters of the Gentlemen's Panel. It is so good to see you all, and I hope you all are being safe out there during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Rebel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rebel Sun, Chief Shaman of the Rebel Sun Tribe. How's everybody doing?
And of course, last but not least.
Okay, period. Definitely not least because you haven't introduced yourself yet. But I am the official Key Pay, okay? All the way for the whole delituation. What's good, y'all?
And once again, welcome to everyone. As you come in, please make sure you hit those thumbs up and make sure you're respectful because, of course, my chairman and chairwomen of Cap Hill will make sure you are handled slightly and politely, as Miss Cookie Tookie would say. So anyway, let's get right to it. Of course, we had a religious holiday pass Easter Sunday, which is, dealing with the resurrection and all that kind of stuff, and a renewal, ushering of spring. So my question is, how did you guys do in this different situation with your holiday? And what are you looking to see resurrected in your lives? And I guess I'll start with Rebel Sun.
Oh, we see your new mic, Rebel. We know you got a new mic.
Right.
Okay.
So you got a new mic.
Well, the first question is, what would we resurrect, or how we spent our Easter in general?
How you spent your Easter in general, and then what would you resurrect if you?
Well, I was quarantined. I was here at home. My family did something, but they stay on the north side of town. And it was probably like about 8 or 9 people at my brother's, but I just wasn't feeling going over there, driving back home. I just had me some Cadbury chocolate eggs and was watching old, movies, but that was it. I didn't go out. I did FaceTime with my family. So they're loving StreamYard. So all my aunts get on StreamYard. It's like they found the golden goose egg. But as far as resurrecting, I guess my passion for writing, because I'm at like a point that I'm kind of like, I'm experiencing a writer's block right now. So I want to reawaken that. So I've been watching a lot of different types of movies to kind of invigorate that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Official Kingpin or KP.
Okay. Easter was lit. Okay. Every holiday is lit when I'm there. But I had a lot of fun on Easter. I prayed a lot. Like I was just thanking God because this quarantine, okay, there's a little bit of good has come out this quarantine, at least for myself, because I've been praying for a long time that the women in my life, like my mom, my sister, my grandparents, my aunt, they will all just get along. And for some reason with this quarantine, they all have been getting along.
Well, that's good. That's definitely good.
And just, they, forgiving each other, started speaking, they were playing games, it was cool. Like it was lit. And I really appreciate that. And, I've been praying on that. And, God, he is able. Okay. He is able. But outside of that, I got, I thought it was cool. Like, just my immediate family, we came together. It wasn't like a gathering like that. And it was cool to get out the house and eat some good food. Okay. Right. Way better food than I got here. Okay. Because I'm just microwaving stuff at this point.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
But I can cook. I just, it's just me. Okay.
All right. And Brother Jay?
I did a 2:00 service for Resurrection Sunday, and it was really good. I actually cooked. people don't believe that I can cook, so I actually did that, and this has been a point of reflection. So this is the first resurrection service that I didn't find myself in a church or someplace to worship, but it was not necessary. The only thing I do miss is the interaction with the people, but it was a really good resurrection service. Two things I would like to resurrect. Weight loss, that's really big. I think for me, especially for the COVID situation. So that has to be, charged and focused, and once I get my mind to do it and start, it happens. And like Rebel writing, I'm getting ready to do a curriculum for some church leadership skills and things that I see that's needed. I think this COVID really revealed that why churches need to embrace technology and have a plan, because a lot of them are really struggling right now because they don't have anything set up far as online payments, PayPal, they know nothing about it. And so at this particular point, everybody's kind of separated with the exception of making a phone call or two. So I'm really going to talk about that. And I think that needs to be pointed out. So that's what I'm going to resurrect.
Okay. Mine, of course, it was.
I forgot to say what I wanted to resurrect.
Go ahead.
So okay, I'm here. So I would like to resurrect, okay, our relationship. Okay, I'm tired of being a hoe. Okay, I'm here. Well, I'm not a hoe, but I'm tired of being single. I need a partner, a teammate, okay, a ride or die. What you say, ride or live? Period. Somebody lives.
I get that.
How about resurrect common decency?
Yeah.
Good
one. That's a good one. Like I was about to say, mine was blessed. I didn't get a chance to actually spend it with my family. My oldest brother, he is in North Carolina, and my grandmother and sister and everybody else mainly is in New York. So I did do a FaceTime between everybody, which was fine, and spent it with my Maryland family here. And it was good. It was good. It was blessed. The food was good. Everything was good. It was nice to, fellowship. And even though it was a small group of us, we still, FaceTimed each other and checked up on each other. That was good. What I would like to resurrect is love again, like real, genuine love and care, whether it be relationship or just for oneself or a lot of that. I think this time has given a different sense of reflection, like you all said, and the things that we take for granted that are so, we didn't think about it. It was a second nature to even have a thought of what if you can't do that anymore? What if, you're unable to do it or you're restricted? So just a genuine gratitude and all that. So
and needing people to validate you. This makes you learn. I think this whole quarantine thing lets people get the chance to learn to love themselves again, because you're not around a large group of friends at a club. And, some people have to have that.
Right.
And sometimes that alone time that you have, like even on road trips, you can think and just really do a self-eval of yourself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like being by myself. I'm a Cancer, so I don't mind being by myself. But I do have moments where reflection is really deep, and at these present times, it's been like really direct and really less like, just learning new things about myself. That's all. And
well, it's been odd. I've been off of YouTube, just really focusing on me, relationship and stuff, and you wouldn't believe how many people have text or email saying, "Are you okay? Are you all right? Is everything okay? I noticed you haven't been on a lot, and are you running from the sector?" And it's like, no, you don't have to be on all the time. And I know that I do this, but even with YouTube, you still got to back off. There is a life outside of this, and so I just think that that's something as well. Sometimes you just need a break.
Yeah, that is true. All right. So moving right along, before, I always got to be I wouldn't be myself if I wasn't giving you something a little bit to think about, talk about, and be a little before we get messy, because I do have some mess coming. But before we get
not you.
I
Not
know,
you.
right?
Mess.
Messy boots. Okay.
But before we get there, definitely want to make sure that we shine a light on something. And it was, do you think light skin privilege? Because piggybacking off of what official King Payne was talking about with the whole sin bag thing, which made me think. And then I stumbled across this on my Instagram post, and I was like, you know what? This would be nice to give to the fellas. It is a bit long, so I may cut it to show you guys, exactly what we're talking about. But hopefully everybody on the panel got to see the whole thing in its entirety. So then we can just talk about it there. But I will give me a second while I just pull this up so we can see some of it and the people can know what we're talking about.
We have privilege as like I mean, yes, but I'm talking about us amongst our own. And you're saying there's amongst our own people. There's only black and white. No, amongst our own people, colorism exists. It does. It does. It does. I fucking hate it, but it does. Now, when it comes to me and you, we walk in a situation with just white people. We both niggas. It's at the end of the day, we are both niggas. It don't matter. You gonna be a nigga, I'm gonna be a nigga. I don't care if I'm a light skinned nigga or a dark skinned nigga. I'm a nigga with it, no matter what. So no matter how we carry ourselves, whether I'm the angry one or you the angry one, the more aggressive one, we're gonna be those two black niggas.
But you don't think that? I feel like dark skinned people have a sort of anger towards light skinned people. Like whenever I walk into somebody dark skinned, they always say you a house nigga. Like you wasn't out there. Like no, I'm not saying. I think you're my best friend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just that opinion. Like if you ever walk into a dark skin and you get that opinion, like oh, you was a house nigga. You're mixed. I'm mixed.
Are you serious?
Like
I understand the difference. But do you understand where it comes from? Yeah, I do. You understand they're just, and honestly and truthfully, they're not trying to be angry. It's the same thing with a black man that feels like he always has to be better than
that's why
white man.
He's
not trying to have a fucking chip on his shoulder. He just fucking does. Society has his fucking foot on his neck. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all get better looks than us. With jobs.
Everything across the board. So now I gotta. I'm talking about resume against somebody. My resume versus your resume. Like I'm talking about we're not talking about paper. We're talking about physically.
They look at light skinned people
physically.
All right. So a synopsis of it. Yeah, we were talking about resumes, and as far as when you're going for a job, dark skin applicants versus light skin applicants as well. Somebody mentioned that light skinned people are more tolerated in mainstream, which is why President Barack Obama was elected into office. That took a while, so that's why I had to just cut it and just give you bits and pieces of it. But I thought it was very eye-opening and impactful, and really wanted to get your thoughts on it. So I'll start with Rebel.
You always okay. I think that colorism is definitely a thing, and I think black people get irritated because I've been accepted almost as being in a light group, and I thought that was stupid before when I was in black clubs. It's weird because even as a kid, I remember people saying, you better get out the sun before you get dark. And I always had that idea in my head that dark was bad when I was little. But my father's a dark man. But I do think even with athletes, you see the bigger athletes and celebrities get, a lot of times they either get a light-skinned black woman or a white woman because they carry them like badges of honor almost. It's weird. I think beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, but I think colorism does exist because That's like good hair. What's good hair? Good hair is hair that's closer to being Caucasian hair. You know, I mean, because that's what, when they see a little baby with little curls, they're like, oh, that baby got good hair.
Right.
A light-skinned baby with light Creole, little Creole baby is like the epitome of beauty. You know, it's weird, and I think we need to get past that.
Right. Jay Wilson?
You know, I think it needs to be talked about. I know Black people don't like talking about it. One thing that that lady said that was wrong is when they look at us, they see us as the N-word. No, they see one as one who looks more like them and somebody who looks less like them. Right. And more than likely that one who looks more like them is going to get hired. Right. Now, I'm not a dark man, nor am I a light man. I'm right in between there. I mean, well, no, that's the truth. You know, I'm not completely dark, but I can show you real high yellow and I can show you really dark. I think we need to know the history of why this happened. You know, people need to know that more than likely your ancestor was raped, and this is how you got it. You need to know that these people who were lighter were in the house and they were the cause of many slave rebellions or escapes being put. You know, they've been, because the light-skinned person felt more, I guess, attached to the master. And so, you know, and light-skinned people need to know that they have privilege. I don't think we in America know about the Black elite, but when you can trace your family back to slavery, and if they got something from the master, that's usually where the Black elite comes in, because they can trace their family, they can trace their plantation with their white ancestors and all of that great stuff. And so you may even be out of the loop and not know about it. But colorism happened. It does. I have a cousin right now. Her dad is white. Her mom is Black. She looks near white or Latino, and she gets any job she wants. And she got a felony record and still can get a job. And here you got folk Black and can't even get a job, and they got a clean record. Right. So all I'm saying is it happens, and the less we talk about it, the less we know. But we can't sweep it under the rug. We are all Black, but we got to realize that white folk feel comfortable with people who look more like them. Right. And that's the truth. Yeah. That's the truth. That is the plain truth. We got to realize that. Yeah, that is true. How about you, Official Kingpin?
Absolutely. So when I received the conversation, I knew that I had to show up and represent, because in all reality, I'm the only dark skin on the panel. Okay, on period. So I'm coming to represent for my dark skinned people. Okay. Even though Brother Jay likes to think that he in between, he light skinned. Okay. So, and I just want to say a couple things to light skins, because, you know, there's a lot of stereotypes regarding light skins. Okay. So, first stereotype, let's just bust some stereotypes right off the top. You know, we can talk about it. Light skin don't make you mix. Okay. On period. I don't know why people think being light skinned make them mix. Okay. Black people is all colors, okay, on period. It don't matter how I like all shades of Black, okay. Light skin don't make you mix, okay. Light skin don't mean you got good hair, okay. I'm tired of you light skinned men, okay, throwing all that moisturizer condition and just leaving it in their hair, thinking them buckshot naps gonna curl up, okay. It's not curly. Your hair don't curl like that. Okay? Those are naps, okay. Period. And then lastly, okay, because I don't know why light-skinned people think this, okay? And maybe it's just me, okay? But light skin don't make you cute, okay? Don't make you cute. I'm gonna need y'all to stop taking so many Instagram photos, okay? Stop posting so many pictures, okay? Because all y'all is not photogenic.
But Official Kingpin, I got an issue with that, because I know people who are lighter than I am. So my thing is, I think there's spectrums to the color. I mean, bottom line, I don't consider myself light skinned. I can show you some people who are
by Black standards. You are, Jay. You light skinned. By Black standards, people will put you in a light category. And it's crazy, because at the end of the day,
you're all Black.
There's people darker than me.
Yeah, I think these people need to go ahead and do that 23andMe at that ancestry.com and find out what's going on. But I do agree with King Payne. You know, some people think because they have light skin that they cute and stuff, and all. You know, it's just really interesting. And again, because as we saw in Madam C.J. Walker, these other things, this is what Black people felt. And when you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. I think is Black folk have always been, you know, the beautiful ones. I mean, even back in the day, curves were in, your lips being big. I mean, you know, we tend to forget that Egyptians were Black people. We tend to forget that Moors were Black people, and I'm talking about dark Black people. And I just think that we have allowed this standard of beauty, meaning you got to have blonde hair and blue eyes and all of this stuff to make it. I just think it's sad because when we get a dark model, we even look at her like, ooh, what's she doing on here? Or, you know, why is she on here? You know, so yeah, but I think the color is on a spectrum. I really do. I really do.
That's true.
Because I just don't, you know, we get into this thing, you know, I know folk who just, the only reason why you know they're Black because they got a broad nose and they had the hair, you know, and that's how you know. And it can really be that route, but you know, I don't know. Maybe in New Orleans with a brown paper bag test. I don't know, but I don't think I would have passed the brown paper bag test, to be honest, because that's what they went by. The paper bag.
Better than a brown paper bag.
Right. Yeah. Right. You know, I think it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. It's definitely rooted in a lot of things going, you know, as far back as slavery and beyond. And I think there's a level to some where in which they've used it to advance themselves further and advance their family lineage. I mean, I always talk about my great aunts and uncles growing up, not knowing my other cousins who were darker than I. And they would always be like, whose baby is that? Whose child is that? And I'm looking at them like, you don't know that? You know, like, how could you not know them? But then when I step back and look, everybody that they knew, as far as, you know, the younger kids and all that, we were all of lighter skin. The ones that were darker, they didn't really know. And these, you know, I come from a family of mulatto people. So, you know, they didn't really too much. If you dated someone who was darker, it was definitely shunned in the family. Like, you know, you shouldn't do that. It's not going to, you know, work as far as you elevating yourself. So it's definitely very eye-opening to know that we still have these discussions.
And that's the thing. We have these discussions because you're right. You just said it. I don't think that would be good for elevating yourself. So is that why Wanda Sykes get a white woman and say she French? I mean, you know, that is right, Wanda. So I mean, you know, is that why you have these basketball players and these celebrities?
Right. Yeah.
Women?
Exactly.
And you notice that the darker the man is, usually the lighter the woman.
Lighter the woman is.
The lighter the woman is, the darker the man is. And I just think that because those two have been separated so much that it's almost like a rebellious thing that let me get the darkest thing to rebel against my parents, or let me get the lightest thing so I can have it on my shoulder when I'm going to these cocktail parties and stuff. You know, I mean, come on, let's look at Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. We all know that the dark skinned Aunt Viv was better than the light skinned one, but here they again, this is what we get. I mean, Janet was off the hook playing Aunt Viv. She was Aunt Viv. But then we get, you know, I can't think of his name right now. Tim Reed, Daphne Reed. I mean, it's just like, are you serious? And that's what they do. Yeah, I'm looking at the Clark sisters.
Right, exactly. Just about to bring that up.
Denise wasn't that dark.
Right.
And Karen, not Karen, but Dorinda was not that light.
Right.
But you know, I just look at these things and you see, but I was looking at key leadership in the turn of the century, and some of them now, and most of these people were light-skinned people. They were most like, you rarely saw a dark brother and sister, or especially during the turn of the century, in leadership. It was always near white you know,
Right.
black people.
View, yeah. Mhm.
You know, and I noticed that leading banks, leading
Mhm.
industry. And I just think like, well, why? And because white people feel more comfortable with people who look like them.
Right, right.
But even
Me, I'm non-biased. I'm non-biased. I never did the light skin, dark skin thing. Like I
okay,
love black people in
Mhm.
all shades and all colors. Like I
Right.
love my people for real. And you know what? I feel like, you know, black is beautiful because, you know what I'm saying, we get the best of both worlds. We got light skin, you know, we got so many different shades. Other races don't got choices like we got, you know what I'm saying? You can have you a light skin with curly hair, green, or you can have a black, you know, chocolate, you know what I'm saying? Like we got different flavors, and you know what I'm saying?
That's good until you have to go up against a job interview with somebody and both of y'all have the same qualifications, but you don't get the job for some reason. I've seen that to happen before.
can I have a word? I think that
Well, that is
a
true.
lot of
It
times
happens.
they look at us as black men are looked at as a white men look at the darker black men as almost like a beast of burden. It's this whole Mandingo fantasy that they have about black men. And look at the girl that's on the show that was Janie Ma, and she dated she's engaged to Jeezy.
Oh,
Well,
you're talking about,
upset.
uh,
They were upset because they were like, she's taking another brother from us, because she always said before that white is what she would marry. Black was like for fun. The bad boys were the black boys, but white men offered stability.
mm,
See, I hate when they act like you can't have a conversation or a debate without being angry. You always got to be, I mean, for me, especially being dark skinned, for some
Right.
reason, I always look angry. Some reason, I always look tired. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm always aggressive. You know what I'm saying? When I'm chill, you know what I'm saying? I may talk with some energy, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know how to compose myself, but for some reason, and that's I think what makes me more upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you talk to like Caucasian people, you know, you always just so aggressive. You always so angry. Why you mad? Like, I'm not mad.
Right. Right.
Just get my order right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You all, but let me say this: black is
I
black.
ask for cheese, okay? I ask for extra pickle. That's it, right?
Yeah, black is black, you all, and don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. All spectrums of the color is beautiful, but when
Right.
it comes to the economic situation, because somebody is making the decision, and they're making the decision on that. I wish we could go by resumes only and people not see who you are, because then maybe a lot of people would get the job. But I'm gonna say this happened. I was in Miami, Florida, and a friend and I, we were both applying for the same job at Bird Eyes.
Mm.
And I never forget the manager. Her name was Glenda, and she was hiring tall, blonde, beautiful woman, and I got the job. And my friend was ticked off. And he was like, you got it because you're light. And I was like, for real? For real? I don't, but we had the same resume. I mean, we did the same things. It could have been personality. It could have been a lot of things, but that kind of woke me up. Not to say that I'm like, because I just was confused on that. I'm like, really? Come on, dude. Really? But, that's how he felt. And I couldn't dismiss how he felt. I mean, you just can't. I just think you need to be aware of what you're saying and how you're coming off to people and that kind of stuff. I just think especially with that, there's a lot of hurting families. There are a lot of adopted kids, a lot of kids in the family with the darker ones was not adopted by family members, but the lighter one was. I know that happened in my family. And I'm like, wow, because even my grandparents had a problem with colorism. Where I have a cousin now who's near white, got adopted, but now the other child was like, well, why didn't y'all adopt me? So when you get that kind of stuff, it can be really tough. And I'm not saying that black ain't beautiful, and I want y'all to know I'm not saying black ain't beautiful, but we have been conditioned, and you have to unlearn that stuff because it will bring her. And like I said, you got to know everybody. drop of black blood and you make you black.
Mm.
You know, but if it was the black was so great, then Carol Channing would have told everybody that she was a black woman instead of passing.
But she really wasn't a black woman. She was mostly white.
Well, she was mostly white, but her daddy was showing up black.
Right.
He was a mixed black man. By slavery standards, she would have been a slave. If
Well,
she didn't run up north,
if it wasn't an issue, then she would have said, yeah, I got a black father. So for the mere fact whether he was mixed or not, they could care less at the studio, and she thought it would be detrimental to her career.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was the time period that they were in. Yeah, definitely. Now the end thing is to say that you have black in you.
When it's convenient.
You know, look at the Kardashians. I mean, they all do something to make themselves look more exotic.
Whatever.
That's a mess.
Exotic.
Right.
Exotic.
Call it. All right. So so we're gonna totally switch gears now to something a little different. So hopefully you guys are prepared. Okay, so let's talk about it. Usually, a lot of times, we don't really get down to this kind of talk, especially me, because I don't usually talk like this, but
myself.
But especially on YouTube. But I felt like, we talk about all that is going on in the world, and although it is tragic, sometimes you just need an escape and you just want to laugh and kind of break the ice a little bit. But this is in a different kind of ice breaking way. So first question to Jay Wilson. Is a weird sex face or orgasm face a turn off?
It wouldn't be a turn off to me. A weird face is not. I think being emotionless is a turn off when because you don't know if the person enjoying it or not. So I'd rather them to be verbal and showing faces and morphing into things than sitting there like this.
Okay.
So I think that's worse. So no, not for me. I want to see something. I want to see you smiling or saying something or moving or doing something, just not lifeless.
Gotcha. King Payne. Do you like your balls played with?
Okay.
And I mean, you have to kind of like, I'm not necessarily against getting my balls played with, but you kind of have to do it like simultaneously as you like giving here's, because I had that happen before and it was really good. It's kind of like getting your dick sucked from the back. Okay, on period. But
well, you asked the question, captivating. What you
No, so he said it's like getting his balls licked from the back. That sounds like getting his dick licked from the back. So I was like, okay, like I've never,
Y'all trying to do it both at the same time like this.
I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have thought that that's what it would have gave.
Oh,
Rebel. Have you ever hooked up with somebody from Grindr or Jack or anything like that?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Have you still remained friends with the person, or have you continued to?
Because my game, everything that was on point, it was amazing. So of course he couldn't go anywhere. He followed me around like a little dog for a year. But I mean, it's still cool. Of course, why would he leave?
Okay. Official King Payne, have you ever done this for? Have you ever dated somebody of a different race other than black, even Asian or anything?
I never dated anyone from a different race. I have had sex with different races, but when having sex, especially with like Caucasians, like I don't let them like fuck me. Like I'll fuck them. Oh wait, hold on. We don't cap here. Hold on. We not this the situation. I'm sorry. Like I was saying though, I for some reason I had like a couple Caucasian that were like interested in me, but I just don't feel them in that way. Like when I get like behind me, I'm like, nah, I'm like, I don't know what you thinking, that it's just not lit.
Okay.
No. Period. But I rock their world all day. Okay, on period.
Okay.
Especially if they give me some money. Okay, just oh, period.
Jay Wilson, do you think flamboyant gays give the normal straight acting, I guess, or trade gay person bad rep?
No, be who you are. Be who you are. If you want to be flamboyant, be flamboyant. It's how you are. And there's we don't tell women or people who are heterosexual, oh, you too flamboyant of a woman, or you too. So why are you going to tell us? I mean, I just think that's silly. So my thing is, if you want to get a real good bird's eye view of that, it's a movie called Flawless.
Mm-hmm.
That Flawless movie is great. Everybody has different personalities.
Mm.
There are people who are right between. There are people who can be masculine when they need to be and will do a death drop at a Beyonce song.
Right.
I mean, so there are guys who are right there, and there are guys who are different spectrums. But you know what? I get a kick and laugh out of the guys who are really, really flamboyant because they are funny as hell. So I just think it makes the world goes round. I mean, we're all, at the end of the day, this is what he said in that movie. He says, at the end of the day, you all gonna get on your knees and do what you need to do.
Mm.
He said, I love you all. He said, you are all my sisters. And I thought that was funny because the bottom line is, whether you're flamboyant or hyper masculine, you still are a man sleeping with a man.
Mm.
So be who you want to be. This is America. Just be who you want to be. You can't make me look bad.
Kurt.
So
that's what I said.
That's my opinion on that. You can't make me look bad.
Okay. And
when I said that, they drag me through all kind of stuff, man.
Okay. Now this question is for the ladies in the chat. So this is for you guys. So put a 1 in the chat if it's the one. If it's the first one I say, put a 2 in the chat if it's the second one. So for the ladies in the chat, I didn't want to exclude you guys. So of course, do you or would you prefer, the technical term is conolingus, but your vagina ate, or regular intercourse?
Oh God. It's quiet. What?
No, I got a 1 so far on my end.
Oh, okay.
What can I answer?
JLC is a freak.
Well, I mean, because some people really just like, just like you looking. Okay, you like to be fist pounded?
No.
I mean, if you did that shit,
shady. Somebody need to get out of this COVID-19. They've been in the house too long.
I told you, I run over a bump, I might bark.
Okay.
Somebody said both. Somebody said 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
All right, step a little fast tail. Okay.
All right.
Around you, we'd be in competition.
Somebody said you gotta lick it before you stick it, and I believe in that.
Exactly.
I definitely believe in that. Okay.
Get munching. You better munch.
You gotta munch before you hunch. That's what you gotta do.
Sure.
Okay. So, guys, would you like?
Somebody said 1 + 2 = 3.
And for the guys in the chat as well as you all on the panel, would you like oral sex or regular anal sex? Of course, because I guess there's no other way to really do it.
Well, it depends on who giving and who getting.
Well,
anal sex
for yourself, whatever position you play. Which one would you prefer?
You need to clarify that.
clarify it how.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, because
I
that
feel
was
like-
too much into.
No, my thing is,
Sheila, 1 + 2 = 3. Okay. Oh, period. I like all of the above. We're gonna do it all. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. If we're gonna do it, ain't no limits to it. Okay, on period. I'm going all the way. Period. Home run.
Something stronger than this wine tonight for this.
Well, it depends.
Right.
I mean, it depends on what. I think some people want both.
Okay. That is true. Let's see. Have you ever participated in a sex party, a bathhouse, or a threesome?
God.
Have you ever participated at a sex party, some sort of bathhouse, as in Jussie Smollett situation, or a threesome? Official King Payne.
You would go with me first.
Yep.
Okay. So I've never done a sex party, and I've never done I never did a threesome.
Okay.
It was like it was something else, and I wouldn't even call it that because it wasn't even like it wasn't even like this is.
Ooh, that laughing is the flex. Right.
Okay, that's Craig. Come on, Craig.
I've been to a bathhouse before. They have like sauna, steam rooms, hot tubs, private rooms, all kind of stuff.
Okay. Jay Wilson.
They got gyms in there, yet they got a whole gym, weights and all the stuff. TVs, movies, popcorn.
So, with the threesome thing, I have tried it. I'm a one-on-one person.
Okay.
I don't know if my mind can't handle a whole lot of stuff, but it's just a one-on-one thing to me. I just can't, And then I think I'm more of a voyeur than exhibitionist.
Okay.
Like some people can exhibit and they can do stuff without they can be outside and stuff. And no, I'm a one-on-one person. That's me. For my job at the pharmacy, I had to go into some of those bathhouses.
Oh, you poor thing.
It's different. It's different. It's different, and people do what they need to do. It is different, but definitely, I see why they close it. Oh, I wonder how they doing in COVID-19. They probably closed them down because it's a lot. I can see how a lot of stuff can spread. So yes, I have tried the number one that you mentioned, Captivated. It's not my thing. You get to learn really quickly. It's either you or not, and that's not me because I just don't like people looking and touching and I don't know you.
Yeah.
So that's my answer.
I get that.
Where did Rebel go?
Rebel hiding. Rebel, is your turn.
Rebel.
I'm fixing my shoes. My shoes came on. Listen, I'm keeping it real. I have been to a spa before. I've only been one time. And I thought it was weird because I had a bunch of these white men running around looking like Santa Claus and gray pubes looking like possums, and they trying to run up on you. And, it was weird to me. And yes, threesome before. The threesome was okay, but the other person just was really not my flavor. It's always like the ugly friend. Like it's the couple. It was like the unattractive person in the couple, one that gets the cute one to go to do a threesome. So it was awkward to me. But I prefer one-on-one. I prefer being with one person. I'm not. It was an experience. I don't think that I didn't want to limit myself to what I would experience. So I did it. I got it. Out of my system. I prefer one person.
Okay. Jay Wilson.
And somebody's always the odd man out and be mad and stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Do you have a gag reflex?
Yeah, and if you're gonna do anything like that,
Do wait.
if you're gonna do anything like that, you should do it by yourself. Okay, on period. Don't bring nobody else with you. Okay, on period. I'm just saying.
Okay, so all right. So what was the question again, Captivating?
Do you have a gag reflex?
I don't think I do.
Okay.
I mean, when you have limited times to do that, I guess, but some people have more practice than others to know.
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I guess they do. Have you
have a gag reflex? I noticed that you've been answering all these questions to us, but you have not presented one to yourself.
Did you go to the squad? Did you go to the squad for a threesome? You didn't say that.
Yeah, you didn't talk about yourself.
First and foremost, I am the host. This is my channel, so I get to ask.
Even as a host,
You gotta participate.
Now the executive producer is Steph.
Dr. Heaven, come on and answer your questions.
Okay.
Don't be asking us and you don't give nothing. Okay,
No,
you have a gag reflex.
Like you just poly.
I don't know if I have a gag reflex.
If
I had a threesome.
Let me look at your teeth. Let me look at your teeth.
I don't.
Let me check your tonsil.
Hello,
it's there.
It's Yodo.
It's still there. Yes, I can. Anyway, I said that before. I have years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just wasn't my thing, but I have.
Never Cap, been to you think you slick, Cap? You never been to a bathhouse. Asking all of these questions.
I'm sorry. As the host, they don't. You don't see Steve Harvey getting asked the questions when he asks the people the questions.
But you ain't Steve Harvey.
I don't have to be. I'm Captivating Christian, and today.
All right, well, you just put yourself in the fray because I'm gonna ask questions.
No problem. No problem at all. Let's see. What other question? Have you ever shoplifted?
I can't wait to my show. I got you captivated.
Mother.
So have any of you ever shoplifted?
When I was little, I took a little car out of Kmart and I got a whooping for it, so
okay.
That was it. I thought the cars were in an open bin, and I picked the little car up, and I was like, "Oh, this is cute. Let me put it in my pocket. I don't want to, I'm gonna just so I don't lose it." My mama got me outside that store. She said, "Where you get that from?" And I was like, "I'm gonna whoop yo." Okay, and I had to take it back and apologize, and I never have taken anything since then. But that's it.
I was too scared.
Okay.
I was scared. My parents didn't. Absolutely not.
I don't shoplift, but I am guilty of receiving stolen goods. Okay, people always coming through the shop with the stuff. I can't turn it down. Half price for a GoPro, half price for the it's good. Half price for the food. They're like it's good. Bring it through. Okay, on period.
Yeah, I get that. Technically, I didn't necessarily shoplift, but I did. There was some water at the bottom of my shopping cart that I totally forgot was there, and I didn't go back to be like, "Well, excuse me, you forgot it." I was just like, "Oh,
that couldn't have been at Walmart, baby, because they be looking for everything at Walmart."
No,
it was Walmart. They be at Walmart. They be like, "Got anything under the basket?"
Right.
They'd be looking, so I knew it wasn't Walmart. That sounded more like a Target thing or something.
Yeah, but I was thankful nonetheless. Let's see. Have you ever cried over a broken heart by another person?
Yep.
King Payne, I know you cried. What? You look like you just cried.
So you know what? In my first relationship, I was with my ex. We was together for like I want to say 6, going on 7 years maybe.
Uh-huh.
And when I first left, I didn't cry. You know what I'm saying? Because in that 6 or 7 years, we had broke up so many times. I just thought that This is just another one of those times I gotta teach him a lesson. A pussy hole can never. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just the last time, this was the last time. So then after a while, when I realized that, you know, I didn't want to go back to that situation, I think one day, I was at a party, I was turned up in the middle club out of nowhere. Nowhere. I wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm living my best life, and that girl, I just broke down. Okay, I broke down. I started crying. I was like, I gotta go. I have to go. I was crying. I don't know why I was crying. I think that's when I realized that, you know, it was really over. And then, one of my other exes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm not a big crier. I don't believe in all the crying and stuff.
Yeah, me either. I get that. Anybody else?
Well, I did. It was the first, and they had to go back to their country of origin, and I cried. Yeah,
you're an international lover. Okay.
He was a Nigerian prince.
No, he was from Nairobi, Kenya. And all people believe that Kenyans are dark, but I thought he was Cape Verdean or Puerto Rican, you know, and so, but that was the first. That's why I shaved my hair. I went through a phase. I shaved the hair, and I just really hit the gym hard. It just got my mind off of it. But that was the first. I don't think I've cried after. But that was the first. Yeah.
Okay. Rebel?
I think when I first was going out, I had like the biggest crush on this guy. And I thought he was interested, but he used to just like play mind games. And we never did anything physically. But it's like, I was like, my emotions, I was like, okay, you know, am I not attractive? Or, you know, was I just, because he was kind of, you know, playing the friend role, but he acted like he wanted to do, you know, more as far as relationship wise. I got over that, but I did cry about that. But how karma works is I saw him later, and it looked like the current him had ate the older him. So I was like, now you're 300 pounds now and like 5'9". They come and push up on me now, like, you know, what can we leave where we? Hell no, we're not leaving where we left out. So it was like interested, but I think I am an emotional person. But it's like the older I've gotten, the more I'm able to cut people off like that. If you know, if I feel I'm going there, I'm like, okay, you're not interested. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to pursue something.
So it was lust, not love, because I don't think that it matters how much you weigh. If you're really in love with somebody, if you really love them and want the best for them, how could you care how much they weigh? Well,
because he was vain in the beginning, made me dust. So when the tides turned,
you got a chance to
turn. I was like, the time of day.
I get you.
Because I dated big guys. You know, personality goes a long way as well. I've dated bigger guys. I've dated, you know, guys that look like the wind blow them away. But I mean, you change, you know, and you become more mature.
Okay. If there was any YouTube personality that you could have a romantic dinner with, who would it be and why?
Could you ask that question again?
If you could have a romantic dinner with any YouTube content creator, who would it be and why?
You better look around. Where more I catch? You're going to hear a frying pan flying in.
No, I mean, first of all, it wouldn't be anyone because I'm in a relationship.
How did I know? How did I know that was going to be the answer?
Oh, but that's true. That's true. See,
you weren't
be breaking up your head.
If you weren't in a relationship,
hell to the no. So my personality is right upstairs watching TV right now. So man, okay. Okay. If I was single, this would work. So ask the two people down below you.
Okay, no problem. King
Sorry.
What? We need to pull straws. Okay. Good God.
I guess so.
You know what?
You said you
tell us first who you feel, Cap.
You
know what, P-Pay? That's
and then we'll go.
You know what? No, this is my channel, my show. So now, King Payne, I'll wait. Let's go. Who would it be?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get the name for you.
Now he done
Trying to get
found
the
the
name
little
for you.
courage now in his mess. Look at him. Look at him.
I've always had courage. Thank you.
No. You got messy courage. Messy
Oh
courage.
no, it's always there. It's
Something
just
like
a graceful way you gotta carry it.
Ooh-wee. Y'all see, this is what political people be doing.
They be the biggest freaks too.
Mhm.
The pastors.
Official King Payne, what did you praying? You called him Miss Cleo. You doing a Ouija board over there to find out.
Okay.
All right. Are you trying
That's
to?
why I told you to start with what's name so I can find a name of the person who I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. My phone ringing.
Hold on. And I need y'all to go spam his inbox and let him know that this is a King Payne. See if let's get it. Oh damn, his name's like damn. Why am I not spelling it right? Machiavelli.
Okay, while King Payne is finding it, Rebel.
Yeah, we'll
God.
Because he is searching.
I want y'all to spam him. I want y'all to spam him for me.
I think. Oh God. Let me see. I'm gonna say a man.
It could be whoever.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a man. I'm gonna say Tracy.
Okay, he's stupid.
Okay.
What about no? I'm gonna say Craig and no mess because I get the best of both worlds.
Right. That's what I was gonna say too.
Okay.
Stop playing.
I'd be
First of all, I'd be like,
experiment, and we ain't treating her right now because we found out she's a woman. But yet we said we don't care who you are, you can come on here. And I want to say something about that because I heard the little rant over there. Nobody could care less. Nobody don't be dating no avatars, girl. You crazy? We know how avatars.
Well, one person does on here. We're in this sector.
Anyway.
no. Well, I mean, personally, I already had a feeling it wasn't correct.
Official King Payne, have you found that person yet?
Okay.
I ain't find him. We're gonna have to wait to the end of the show. I don't want to get
Okay, well, that's the best of both worlds. If that way,
okay.
I can have her talking her Craig voice. I can have her talking her Craig voice.
Where is he at? I got him on here, man. I know I do. Hold
Looking at me, Mr. Wilson. Mr.
But she's talented, though. I mean, she could do that.
She's very talented, but don't try to make it a gay man against women thing and all of that. Because that's what she's going to. And if you were doing that, it is, first of all, you were entertaining. And this is what people don't understand. If you're going to bring folk in, I don't care who you are. I mean, it was just cool because it was funny. So, it was not. But, first of all, who would be interested? I'm not. I'm just telling you straight now. I'm not interested in anybody who done been to state prison in Florida with 2 kids and all that stuff. That's not something that I want. So I know that that's crazy. But for the mere fact that she did it and she got the attention, and then when she became a woman, you seen all the lesbians was over there trying to get up on here to say hey. So I mean, I ain't mad at her.
Even as a man, but as Craig, she was calling women fat bees and stuff. So what? I mean,
right, that is true.
It's really, you're just using that. Now you're trying to really throw us off. Right. You were on some BS. You got busted. Take the L, sis.
Right. Right.
But let me say this though, them lesbians was on here.
They was on it, yeah. They was on it real hard.
Come in on the screen, I'm like, oh my God! Now they know that there's a woman. And it's like, oh, they was
right. Don't get scared now. Don't get scared
now. I mean, you wanted the men's and women. Now you got all of them, and they was definitely coming on in here. I think she got a little scared, but talking about this is a social experiment, whatever. King Payne, they got to be in this sector. King Payne.
In this sector,
they don't have to be in this sector.
Oh,
His name is like Machiavelli something. I just cannot find
Lord,
it.
Jesus.
You gonna say thug? You want a
He
thug?
making up names of people in here talking about Machiavelli.
Trade. You go dirty, slow down trade.
Machiavelli, like we in Italy. Machiavelli.
He's definitely the trade. Okay, I'm period. I'm gonna find him.
All right,
Machiavelli, something. Damn.
my
It
last.
seems like whenever I don't want to watch,
What happened?
So I say normally you always up and down my timeline, and I can't find him right now. So I'm period. That's crazy. Wasn't meant to be.
Okay. One of my last questions, the one before the very last one. Have you ever made a sex tape? To answer my question, no, I have not. I'm not saying I didn't want to, but I haven't made one yet. Hello, anybody? No kind of
what?
no nothing.
There's some tapes out there.
Okay. That's what I'd be afraid of, though. That's honestly what I'd be afraid of. Because you break up with the person
There's some
and
tapes out there.
all of a sudden it's like, boom, you see your
Let me say this. I keep it real. I'm not one of those people that stand up. You know, like, okay, I had an ex-boyfriend. We did something. We recorded with our cell phones. I'm looking on the tube one day and I see my body.
Wow.
But let me say this. So for those of you in the bushes that think you're going to go find something, my face is not showing. I have a tattoo now on my stomach. I didn't then. So you wouldn't know it was me, but I know my body and I know who I was with. But it wasn't really like all sex. It was just, you know, a little play, a little light.
No.
But
Okay.
it wasn't, you know, hey, I'm not trying to work for the government or, you know, hell, if you find it, I hope you get off from watching it.
Right, I hear that. But no,
I own all copies.
okay. Well, that's good. That's good.
All right, Blazing too.
No, one was stolen before.
Miss all that stop. It's definitely, yeah.
That is crazy. All right, last question. What would you do if you found your person with another male or a woman?
First of all, I'll answer this question because go please. I'm going stupid doodle dumb. That's how they say it out here in the Bay Area. Stupid doodle dumb. Okay, I'm going dumb. And you know, I'm not so much worried about what who you did it with, you know what I'm saying? I'm more so worried about the fact that you did it because I don't got no commitment to you know, such so and so, such and such. Me and you got this commitment. Me and you building something. Me and you working on something, and you messing up our plans. Okay, so you know, the last thing that you want to do is mess up my plans, mess with my money, okay, mess with my foundation, or mess with any of my situations, okay? Because then it don't matter who you is, I'm coming for your head.
Okay, Jay Wilson.
Who, what, when, where, and how, and why. And those are the questions that I want. And depending on the severity of it, we would have to have a talk. I believe everyone deserves a second chance, but trust me, you know, I don't know. Things happen for reasons. And I wouldn't say I would necessarily
kick the skillet.
And start swinging and cutting and dicing and slicing. I would want to know why, and I think it should be on a case-by-case situation. And then, you know, and trust would have to be built. Things, you know, and that now in that marriage situation, if you're married to that person and they do that, yeah, that's a whole different situation right there, because now we made a commitment in front of witnesses before God,
right?
And you step out then we got a problem. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, who, what, when, where, how, why, and if it's a marriage situation, y'all, yeah.
Right.
You know what? I'm like this. I look that I saw, and I think a few of us saw the video with the woman jumping on the other woman in the bed with her boyfriend.
And she got that. She hit it with the pan, the skillet.
My thing is, why do you get mad at the other person? Because they don't have any obligation to you.
Right.
My thing is, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to get the hell up out of here. Getting is good. Now you can get up out of here voluntarily or involuntarily. But dude, listen, I wouldn't go through all that because you can do something crazy in that moment and you'll be locked up and he'll still be out free and doing everything he wants to do. So I would pay him dust. It's over. There's no, and now if we were married into, maybe I would make his life a living hell for a little period and he'd have to win back my trust, But if I just walked in on a boyfriend with someone, I'd be like, deuces. I mean, it's not this. You can get D, baby. You can get D and the other thing before you can get a burger from a man. So it's not that serious to me.
That's true. Well, in that clip though, that was I think her best friend. I think so.
Oh, I beat that hoe down. But
this is the thing though. Even if it's best friend, she, and she may have known about that person. Again, he's made the commitment to her. That person.
But wouldn't your best friend have made a commitment to you as a friend?
Yeah, but she need to be with that dude. She need to be wearing him out. She should have been wearing him out at the end of the day because he could have said no. No, I'm with my girl. Who? This is where you got to ask who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who initiated this? Why did you initiate this? And so on and so forth. So if she asked you, then you knew who you were committed to and why did you do it? Or if you asked her, then why? And I would really, I think I want to get down to the nitty gritty because if I'm going to leave, I'm going to have good reason for cause to leave. I want to know why. And yeah. And then I would handle the best friend on a different situation as well. The sad part about it is, though, she could have walked out and handled it in a better way because, all they got to do is say, well, we were assaulted and, and file charges. It ain't against the law if they ain't married. So it's nothing against the law to say that her best friend couldn't sleep with the boyfriend. They ain't married. So you up there hitting people and assaulting them. And I mean, she has some real serious charges because she broke that pan.
Yeah, she
broke that pan.
Yeah.
Acting a fool and the man sitting there and you're not doing anything to him. Nothing. But you look like an idiot. Yeah. I mean, why put yourself in that position? It's stupid to me.
Well, I think that it was shock mainly, especially in the beginning. It was mostly shock, but even still after that, it's like, come on, you still.
And the best friend don't got sense either, because some people could have blown you away and said, I was blinded by passion, and at that particular
temporary insanity.
Yeah. So either
way, I would be hurt because I handling my friendships are almost like family to me. So either way, I would be really hurt and I'd probably get a skillet or something my damn self. But knowing that other things would happen beyond that, my greater self would probably, it would.
I'm not crazy. I'm just saying this with the other guys.
It would be like, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Okay. Well, at this particular point, I'm going to need you to go ahead and pack your stuff and and you can go.
You don't even need to pack it because while you doing, if I close that door light enough, you would never know I even saw you, and I'm tossing your stuff.
Well, however we're going to do it, I'm going to be very diplomatic about it, and you can go live with her. Oh, no. Like Millie Jackson said, ain't no use to looking pitiful and trying to explain. A taste of outside loving has blown the whole thing. That's what Millie Jackson said. And so I'm like, get your rags and a brown paper bag, go on, hit the road, let the door hit you in the back, Jack. I don't want to see you no more. That's what Millie Jackson said. So
I would be like, did that B tell you that he had syphilis? Okay, so y'all together, and I'd say something like that and just mess with his head and leave.
Yeah. It's just get on. Because see, the bottom line is I'm not going to jail for some fool-la-la. I
Right.
would rather handle it this way. And I've just seen too many people handle it the wrong way, and they're in jail. And it just don't make no sense. And I know that it may be hard, but this is where restraint comes in because, because you can go to jail and it
lose
ain't
a lot more. Yeah, you could lose a lot more from doing that. That's why I'm saying my greater self would show up and be like, hey, look, you don't want to lose something that you have over this. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah.
I know people be like, Jay, but let me say this, bail money ain't no joke. This system ain't no joke. You can lose a job because of this stuff. It don't make no sense. Just go ahead, be nice about it. I guess you got what you want. You lost what you had, and be on. You know what? It'll be more shock to them that they didn't get their tail whipped.
Right. Very true. Very true.
Definitely.
That's like Billy Jackson, baby. Some of these young jits don't know
I'll be
what
very shocked.
Billy Jackson is.
Oh, I know who she is. Lastly, of course, we're done with that. So thank you guys for your participation. I appreciate it. It was fun.
You've made a few enemies, you know that.
Yep.
That's fine.
We called it.
That's fine. That's perfectly
I'm
fine.
gonna get you and your little dog too.
Okay. I'll wait for it. All right. So one got to go. In the theme of our questions, the one that has to stay would be one of these: oral sex, doggy style, or writing.
Okay. So one has to stay.
Yes, one has to stay.
Doggy style gotta stay.
Okay.
Doggy style has to stay.
Okay.
Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
Now you said doggy style, oral
sex, or writing. Mounting.
Let me think.
Yeah, think about the one you like the best.
Do you get that?
No, because oral sex gotta go. You can live with or without.
Okay.
Doggy style for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, doggy style.
All right. That's kind of a unanimous thing, but my reason is because
Oh God.
No, come on. No, don't try to explain it now. I couldn't explain the other one.
No, I wasn't explaining. I'm saying doggy style would stay for me. I said it's unanimous.
You was trying to give an explanation.
You said what?
You was trying to give an explanation. Somebody wanted to know this, Cap, and this ain't on the platform, but somebody wanted to know this. And it was because a lot of people have listened to a lot of these content creators, and they were like, what's up with this bottom shaming? And I'm like, I really don't know. I don't know why people feel that way, but, it is what it is. So,
bottom shaming? Who bottom shames? But I don't personally think that it's something that should be done. I know a lot of people do it. I know even when they talk about the panel in their own commentaries, they'll say the bottoms panel or things of that nature, which I find it to be a bit egregious, knowing that first and foremost, it takes a lot to be a bottom. And my hat goes off to anybody who is, that takes a lot. First of all, you have to deal with making sure you're right before you can give yourself to your partner and go through all that. So I don't think it's nothing to, turn lightly about, because if that's the case, then why don't you bend over and take one?
Okay.
So you don't think that bottom should bottom, but you top, right? Correct.
I don't think.
Are you just hug and kiss?
Huh? What are you talking
about? So you said that at the beginning.
I don't bottom shame, but I'm saying that's just something I've tried it, and it's not something that I personally really get into.
That was kind of like bottom shaming by saying that bottom shouldn't bottom. You just said the bottom shouldn't bottom.
When did I say bottom shouldn't bottom? I said people shouldn't bottom shame. I said that people shouldn't bottom shame. And as far as the things that they do when they're bottoming, as far as, making sure that they're right, cleaning themselves and all that, that takes a lot. That's nothing to take lightly. So therefore,
even when you're dropping, you have to do that. Make sure that you're right. Make sure that you clean. Make sure you're washing your balls.
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
Get in check.
That goes
My grandma said, do that monkey dance.
It's far more than that. When you're the bottom, you making sure, oh, I can't. Some, don't even eat because they're like, oh no, I don't want to make sure I don't do nothing. And then
touching their backs.
But this is the thing that's so funny to me. Again, heterosexual people don't have to talk about what they do. There are many heterosexual men who wives probably strap up or like S&M or a whole lot of other stuff. Yeah. And I just think that's really, really interesting. But my thing is, again, if I'm not in a relationship with you, then why does it matter? I only bring it out because we hear this all the time. But, if you love somebody, and you all have an understanding, yeah. I just think it's really interesting. And people always want you to say what you do or what, but I think again, that's where we get trapped because we always feel obligated that we have to tell people who we are or what we're doing in a situation that's really none of their business. I tell somebody, am I sleeping with you? Then why does that matter? Are we in a relationship? So why does that matter?
Right.
What do you and your wife do? Is she the bottom or the top? Because there's a lot of women who are tops.
Chat room, which man on the panel would you want to sleep with? I'm just
oh God. Oh, Rebel.
Press 1 for captivating, 2 for Jay Wilson, 3 for me, 4 for King Pay.
Don't even answer. But no, you're right. What? I didn't see nothing. Nothing came out.
Shandy said 1. Oh.
Okay, come on. This beach is better. I'll rock your word.
Look.
You got my type of leg.
Oh, you're gonna go to jail fighting to stop all that.
You guys are silly.
All this really fast tail.
Everybody. All right, that's all good. Well, we have come to an hour and 17 minutes. Lenti say the numbers again.
Yeah. They're so nasty. They so nasty.
Y'all behave yourselves.
That's crazy. But anyway,
we got beautiful women in here, period.
Yeah. I mean, there are beautiful women on YouTube, period, especially that, populate our chats on a continuous basis. We definitely appreciate all your love and support that you give us. Regardless, it is greatly appreciated. I know sometimes we always don't agree with everything we all say and do, but the fact that you still stick by us and support us means a lot. And with that, we come to a close of this episode of the Gentleman's Panel.
Okay.
And, who's hosting next week? Oh, Rebel, make sure you ask some good questions. You know the who. The person who's on top over there.
I am most definitely going to some very probing questions.
Some questions. Make sure you answer your questions, though.
And that's fine.
And didn't answer nothing.
And that's fine. I'm here for it. So, is anybody?
That's what you always say until it happens.
No, I'm always here for it. You just gotta ask the right question to get the right answer. Again, I'm a answer. I just don't answer.
Need the right bathhouse to take the right bath. I got you. Mm-hmm.
I don't go to bathhouses.
I didn't say that. I just said take the right bath. That's all. See why you get all defensive?
I'm not.
Okay.
Hit dog holler.
You went to the foot wash?
No. No, I ain't never been to no foot wash. Although I did hear what that meant. So anyway, is anybody doing anything this week that you want to let the people know? Anything coming up?
Quarantining. I'm gonna just look out a different window. I wanted to tell everyone, just to send prayers and love to my friend Armand. He transitioned. The guy that I was going to be interviewing, he had terminal cancer.
Oh, wow.
So
sorry to see that.
I looked on Facebook and he had passed away on the 6th. People weren't able to go to a funeral or anything because, he already was dealing with terminal cancer. Plus, he had got sick. I don't know if it was definitely COVID-19 related or anything, but he was expected to live at least a year. This just You know, so yeah, just send your prayers. His name was Armand.
Definitely.
But
Anybody else?
Okay, well, yeah, I started a new business. I'm working on my. I started a new business. I want to be flipping cars. I got Mercedes Benzes. I got about 5 of them. I want to flip them. And then also I'm working on new music. I have some celebrity features, and just finding time to be in the studio, record the music, and really take my time with it because I don't like to rush my music. I don't like to rush nothing that I do. So sometimes I just have to pass on certain things because I don't want to rush it. So I'm just finding time to find the time and making time to make time. Okay, because I just wear so many hats.
So what's the make and model of those Mercedes Benz, and are they good? Because you know, if I get one, I don't want to have to come to California and find you.
So I have a 2007 C340. I have 2 of those.
Okay.
And then I have two 2007 C340s, and then I have 2 2002 NO320s, and then I have another one. But yeah.
Okay.
you wanna ride in my Mercedes, boy?
Right.
What you gonna do when we
Yes, I'm actually gonna start driving one of them because it's so nice. I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna
save this one for yourself.
Okay.
take this one and just sell the car. Okay? I don't need one car. I don't need one car. Huh?
You got a whole platform to sell it, so
Yeah, you really do.
I never thought about using my platform to sell the cars.
well, sometimes you have to. You sell books, pamphlets, or whatever you want to call them, but it works.
Right.
So yeah. Wow. Well, I was just telling you, Cap, that I'm getting ready to do a 20-week course with clinical pastoral education, and it will allow me to work in the healthcare and the Department of Corrections. So I'm getting ready to do that, and I'm pretty excited. And and I think I was working on an administrative curriculum book for church leadership.
Okay.
So because I'm going to be doing a lot of writing up until now, until December. So, and I'm just watching the news on this COVID thing. I just hope people understand that you need to listen to the experts and not these politicians.
Right.
And even the experts be a little cautious with that because, again, your life is not worth that job. I mean, you can always get another job, but you know, you only get this one life here, and people don't understand that this thing is really serious. And just because you haven't been affected by it doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Right.
So please think about, Rebel, what the hell are you doing?
It's a little. This light is a little hot.
Okay, I'm stopping right here because I think what's going on. But all I'm gonna say is just be careful, and you know, just if it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
Right. Yeah, please. Thank you, Smart Show, for the Cash App. Appreciate it. Gentlemen, if you would like to place your Cash Apps in the box, I guess you're more than welcome to at this point if you so feel the need. But thank you so much, Smart Show, for that. Yes, and for those who didn't know, I finally am able to get Cash Apps and stuff, so that's cool.
Money on the flow.
Right, moving up in the world, I guess. And thank you all for your support and viewership and all that stuff. It means a great deal, definitely to me and to the fellow members of Cap Hill. So with that, I don't really have anything in particular coming up too special. The recap this week, trying to get a special guest to come on and join it with me. There's been a conflict of scheduling, but hopefully they will be able to come on and we can have some fun and just he can show a different side of himself. So we'll see.
Which side is that? Anyway, I'm feeling messy tonight myself too.
The personal side.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for participating and joining us. Once again, the next gentleman's panel will be on Rebel Sun's page, so please make sure that you show up and show out.
That's
Because,
right.
it's always important to show support. And with that, that's all I have. So thank you to my moderators. Thank you so much for supporting and holding down the fort. You guys are great. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. And that's all we have. Peace out.